Things here from an hour of power. We're very happy that you guys could have joined us throughout this year. We now are in the Christmas season and we want to remind you that this
night and welcome back to your favorite show. We are here live in studio at Youth Come Alive. Listen, are you guys excited?
Yes, we are.
On the shore?
Very much.
All right. I like that our guests are ready for tonight. We are in our season 4, episode 2 of our new topic, which is reset, refresh, and reflect. Those are some small little big words, but we're going to jump right into it. I am your host tonight, Aislinn Murillo, and with me we have my co-host,
Jalen Pascascio.
And Kayla Esquiliano.
and in the magic seat, can we get a drum roll? Show me. We have our guest, which is
Leashawn St. Clair.
Leashawn St. Tonight our topic is about time management and being productive. I know nobody don't like hearing their words, but guess what? Don't forget to share the link for those that are watching us on YouTube, channel 98, and Facebook and Twitch. Go share the link with your friends, and so that they know that we are live here and we are excited to be here. So tonight, time and productivity. I know nobody don't have any of them there put together.
Wow.
Listen, think about time. Once you got time, you don't have the time. Once you have time, productivity when a little bit rushing. Once productivity is there, you don't have enough time to do it. Think about it. Yeah, alone don't stop. but I bet if one made it do my project and they try to be productive, what happened to the time?
It go on a fly
It went
past.
right past, and they want to be productive, the time what they were.
Slow.
See? Me tell you no. So, Leashawn, I just want to ask you, how do you manage time and productivity together in the same sentence?
Really, it's about just, I don't know, like prioritizing the things that I really need to do,
Okay.
and just looking at what I can do later on and what needs to be done like right now. Because like you said, trying to put productivity and great time management in the same sentence, it's really tough. Not only with like finding out what you need to do or like saying that these things are important, but just you know, like when you're in that situation, you feel like other things are important. You feel like you have to do so many other things because you're trying to be productive with one thing. So many other things just tend to just pop up at the same time. But again, like what I said from the beginning, I try to like look at what needs to be done now, like see what's on my top, as my top priority. And then I just go from there and try to find, another way is to like get in a space, get in a headspace, get in an environment that's really, that I'm really able to work in. That's really, I won't say it has to be quiet because living with siblings, yeah, you don't get that quiet. But really, by you just knowing what you need to get done, you put yourself in that place and then you just surround yourself. I usually go for like peaceful music, like instrumentals and so forth. And I just stay focused, you know, you get rid of distractions. That's one of the main things. You have to get rid of distractions. As a young person, a phone is like the thing that's right there. But I just know, like, you know, I need to take that out of like my space, my environment, and so forth. So, yeah.
So it's prioritizing the chaos.
Yes.
Okay. I like
Prioritizing the chaos.
I think it goes back to what we were talking about last week as well. This word stuck with me from last week when Pastor Gamboa, who was with us, said we need to evaluate ourselves. I think we need to evaluate again, just like last week, where our priorities are. If we know that these things are important, these things are what we need to push forward. If it's something, if we know we want to get an A on the project, like you said, if we know we want to finish cleaning our room or cooking, we need to evaluate that we want that end product to be finished, good, or you pass, right? So I think you need to prioritize what you really want to be your end product, and then you evaluate, well, I can't use my phone because I know it will distract me and I only have a few hours to finish this project, I only have a few hours to cook, I only have a few hours to do whatever you need to do. So you just need to set aside and prioritize what is important from what is not.
So how about the people who have ADHD?
All right, so before we address the ADHD people, I need you as a resident psychologist to tell us, what does an ADHD person look like in a time-restrictive environment? I put you on the spot?
No. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this. There's this specific guy when I was at school, and he was really bad he had it really bad, and exams were coming up. He works a job on campus, and also he lives far away.
Okay.
So either he come to school not dressed properly and get the work done, or it dressed properly and no work get done.
Okay.
So there is chaos. There is chaos for them. It's like, for example, you're about to walk into the closet to pick out something, and they see something shiny, be like, "Ooh, what's that?" and start playing with it, forgetting completely what was the mission that they were on. So what I had helped him to do was to, because he was not completing his assignments any at all. So what I had helped him to do was to color coordinate his week, his schedule for the week. And I placed it, okay, so there's the paper. And I placed some this way, I placed some this way, I placed some that way, and I placed some at the bottom. And that way, while he in his moving from that corner to that corner, he's flipping the paper around. Because one thing, once a person with ADHD get a paper, what they will do is start flipping the paper around. Wow. So what I did was color code the paper and have him, if he's twirling the paper, he can see what's actually happening. So every time he flips the paper, the color is catching his attention to that spot. And so that's what I had helped him to do, and it helped him. And then he came back the following week, because he actually got through his week schedule when I helped him with that. And then he came back the following week. I'm like, bro, First of all, two are we in a college. I have a
I know
job.
they have to start out
I have a job too. Me and you in the CS psychology program. It's best you just like in like you. I had to find methods for myself so that I could have been productive. So in other words, I think this is the field that you're in. You should be able to do the same. Go find methods that you can help yourself so that when you have your patients, your clients, you can be able to speak with them and give them that tip so that they can move forward into helping themselves with that problem.
Okay, so see that information I would not be privy to explain because I have no idea. I know that an ADHD person, tend to lose focus on what's supposed to be happening quickly, but I had no idea that they spin the paper around trying to see what different directions they can see things on it.
This is why they get a fidget. That's why they made those fidget spin so that they can spin it around. And they came up with the puppet.
Oh yes, the puppet.
The puppet, yes.
Yeah,
it helps them.
My niece has it. If she may want to know, that has it kind of slow. But you said something very important there about being in college, and I think that's where time management and prioritizing your time comes very important, especially like how we're getting close to the end of another semester. Graduation season is not too far away.
You know the feeling to friend.
Well, yes.
So she's experiencing it now. Tell us then, Leashawn, what are you doing? What effective methods are you trying that is helping you to prioritize your time?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest here. This is my fourth semester at SJC. And I wasn't really like a very productive student in my beginning semesters up to last semester. So it took me this fourth semester. But I'm making it through. But what I really did, one of the things, that's why I like your 3 R's that you're going with, is reflecting, and that's something that I really took to do over the Christmas break. I started to like look at the places where I wasn't like, I was using a lot of time to do other stuff that I could have used more productively. So one of the things that I did for this semester that I tried to do with previous semesters but failed, I'm working hard on, one of the things is getting away from my distractions. One of my biggest distractions was my phone, not because of social media, but because of I have this my personality is just like help people a lot, and sometimes I tend to forget about myself, right? And so like my phone would ring, someone would ask me, can you help me with this question? And I'd be there explaining, teaching the whole lecture back over to them while I was supposed to be studying for my other class or something. So I got rid of that. So what I do now is for the entire week, I don't have my phone with me at school. Right, so the 3 or 4 hours that I'm there, I don't have it with me. It's there available at home, but I don't make it like I reach for it or I go. So I place it in in my mom's room because she would tell me not to get it. She's there to stop me. And then on the weekends, so like Friday nights, Saturday, Sunday, I'd have it at my disposal where it's my free time. So that's one of the main things that I did. The next thing that I did was really go on my make a time table. I always made them, I never stuck to them, but now I'm really, I'm being honest. I made them,
stick to them.
I have a planner full of timetables that I'm gonna do this, do that, and the boxes are never chipped off.
Okay.
Right? But what I find myself doing now is that every day I used to be like, oh, maybe like I could watch a show for like an hour, or like do this. I won't pick up my books until half an hour afterwards, and then that half an hour turns like an hour and so forth. And so what I do when I write out my timetable, I'd be like, okay, get a 30 minutes breather. Now you need to do this, this, this. And by having it clearly written out now and like in front of me, because I placed it on this board, right, on this whiteboard that I have, I was like, okay, it's looking back at me. I no longer just put it in my book anymore. I have it on a board staring at me, Leashawn, when is it going to get done? And it feels really good to know that the next day when I go to school, I'm not rushing, nothing is incomplete, you know, all that. So getting that done, another thing that I do is I start to use those breaks that I had in between times. You know, when you find yourself just not doing anything for those 15 minutes or like half an hour and you're just scrolling on your phone or so forth like that, I started to be like, okay, let me do this thing I call them my 2-minute tasks. Right? These are like small little things that can probably be done like in a minute or two that tends to just pile up on you. Right? So I said, you know what? I'm sitting here, it's going half an hour past the time. I could fold up my clothes. I could fix my bed. I could do that. And then when it's like 9 o'clock in the night, I don't have to rush to go and probably wash the dishes that I was supposed to do from I came home and so forth. So that's what I call it. I call it my little 2-minute task. I just like tend to do them now. So that's a part of my new routine that I'm going with now.
You know, I'm listening and Leashawn sounds like the A student, right? But and I hear a lot of academic and responsible things in your time schedule. When I was in UB, I will not call any names. There were some people who were in class with me, you know, some of my friends, and you see the Instagram story, then out every weekend, the drink, the next hottest bash, every party went out there, and I'm like, wow, I feel like I don't have enough time, and they have time just for lavish the waste on what I would deem not so important things. Because you know, when you finish, you get your degree, you go to all of the parties, I walk in with your degree and be like, yeah, see? I get it. So it amazes me how there's two sides of the spectrum. A properly time-managed student and people just...
Well, I fit in at the middle because I remember one semester I used to be out buying every evening.
Wow.
As my last class, I was out with friends. I was out with friends because my first semester there, I didn't have any friends because I decided not to have any. To get my, to build my own momentum. I'm sorry. So I didn't have any friends. The next semester, I had a friend with a car, and as my last class, we were out at some restaurant eating at some place. Walmart was the spot, and I have work at 9 o'clock. So we used to be out till 9. I come home and I work at the dorm from 9 till 12. When I'm done from the dorm from 9, I'm on the phone with him until, and then he waked one morning, he saw me, he said, hold up, when do you do your work? Because you're just you're just going through these days. When do you work? And I don't stop. I said, well, after I sit on the phone with you or while I'm on the phone with you, I am jamming. I am doing, your talking is my distraction to my 5-page paper where I have to write for the next day. While you, then I just lay down the palav, they talk to me, I the work. Because once I'm talking, I don't understand why, but I'm very productive while I'm on the phone. Some days I'll just call my friend, I say, you have a moment for talk? Yes, and we talk. 15 pages I could knock out right there so in talking to them. That's because I've already found research papers. It's very, so I was in between. I'm in between because I was being everywhere as well, talking on the phone, but still bringing in the good grades. So I'm like slapped in between the so productive and the not so productive.
So,
I do two at one.
So I have a question when it goes back to the ADHD. You see, from what we got from the understanding, and I believe what everybody understand about it, is that you can't keep your attention focused on one thing solely. So do you think us or youths, they have ADHD when it comes to worshiping or studying their Bible.
Hey, Kayla. Kayla.
Because it's true. I have to ask because I see it. We know it. So.
Want to see the temperature upon the AC?
Want to see what color the light in here?
I see.
What do you guys think about that? Do we have ADHD when it comes to studying the Bible or doing things for God?
It's like
spiritual ADHD.
Spiritual, yes.
Yeah, spiritual
it's
ADHD.
Like promo for the 10 days of prayer that's happening right after our show. On Monday night, me and Pastor Angela were talking about the all-night prayer warrior. And he said, Jesus set the example of praying all through the night and it was, endless. But we get down to pray or get on our knees. The Heavenly Father is like, oh, God, you know everything. Amen. I'm asleep. So I don't understand then how we prioritize going through the day and make sure we get all of our things accomplished. And then the last thing, like last 5 minutes, spiritual aspect. It's wild. It's wild.
You know the emoji we go.
Yeah. Not Kayla the like shot scene,
because it's true. I think we find so much time to do everything else but that. It's like what Jalen was saying. When we want to pray, we feel like God already knows our heart, so we could take 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Just hurry, say something and bam, amen, and get up and walk away, right? Or go sleep. We see from examples people, because like, for example, I always remember, I think it was Miss Tomasa who said she went on a 40 days, 40 nights fasting and prayer, right?
Wow.
Can we ever find ourselves doing those things?
I know I lied to you. I know I'm sitting in here, I lied to you. Food nice.
Bad.
So 40 days, we could try 40
Hold
minutes.
on.
I feel like that more suitable.
40 minutes for what? Not eating?
Peg for during
40
the
days
for like
of
on 20, like on 12 hours. Some are we the peg, or some of us are like, I can't do that. I eat fruits, right? So why is it that we take so much time into prioritizing other things that at the end of the day won't be that much value to us? Because we can't go to heaven and tell Jesus, see my bachelor's degree in PhD, our business over there, that crowd not over here. You understand?
Well, heaven not cut in a 2 parts, so
Exactly.
I'm not sure if the bachelor's degree come back. It will be just a paper at that point in time.
What I think real young people, I could speak for myself and a few others that I know, sometimes it just gets to you a bit like, because I don't know, it's like built in. We want to see the reward now. We get the reward now by, if you study the 2 nights, you know you will get the A.
Right.
You will see what result there and then. And I think why we, like what Kayla said, we have a spiritual ADHD is because we lose focus on it because we don't really have any consequences, like right the next day or the next hours when we don't pray the night before, because we just take it for granted. Okay, we say early, God, you know everything, and then close the eye, prayer, and then we take it for granted. We know we'll get up tomorrow, and then we'll be like, I have to do it tomorrow. Read the devotion tomorrow. I'll read the Bible tomorrow. Maybe on Saturday I will pray, and then ask God to forgive all my sins throughout the week. So I guess it comes out to that we just don't have, the consequences aren't there. The reward isn't like there, but even though we know that, yes, there's a greater reward in the future, it's just something I think it's built in us that we go more for the things, that we push harder for the things that we can see a reward for.
I like that you said that we don't see the consequences right away, and so we don't react yet. And then when we start tripping down and we start sinking in mud, and when vehicles start to go on the corner, we say, karma, they hit hard today. And so that is the truth. But I have to say, So one morning I get up deciding strong that I'm going to do my devotion today. And so I said, God, I kind of sleepy still, but I know you understand if I just lay down, so and flip through the Bible.
Yeah.
This was me cracking myself up the next day, because when the next moment when I got up after that, I was like, you really played yourself.
Yeah.
Because I literally laid there, I covered myself, laid on, put myself up to, like in an almost sitting position.
Well, you put the sheet, you should have known it over.
And I put the sheet, and I put the Bible right there upon one of the, one of the extra pillow we got on the bed, and start to flip through the Bible, and I started to read, and I'm like, say it was Psalms 1. This is the that walketh not in the counsel of the
Once you pull out sheet,
so I was in and out of it. Then I was praying. I was like, yes, and thank you for today. And I pray that you be my guide and you be my strength. And I prayed a little like this now. And then afterwards I got those right off. And then come back up and I start again the prayer again. And I was like, you really did play it yourself in doing so. I should have known better. Nothing productive about that. I have a quote here though. It says, productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort.
Interesting.
You hear treating there? Commitment, your commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. Stick a pin right there, because we got to take a break.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't shared the link, go share with your friends. Go get your popcorn, because we're not done with this topic yet. See you in just a minute.
Hi, I'm Pastor Elario Davis.
I'm Pastor Denny McCullough.
We are the hosts of your Bible study series, Words of Wisdom. In 2 Timothy 3:16, God reminds us that all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof,
For correction and for instruction in righteousness.
Words of Wisdom is a specially designed program brought to you by ATN in an effort to share the Advent message to our friends and faithful viewers who are yearning to build a growing and saving relationship with Jesus Christ. If you want to learn more about our rich Adventist heritage, basic fundamental beliefs, counsel on courtship and marriage,
Or simply a deeper study of God's written word, then join us Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. on our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as Channel 98 on Central TV. Join in and be a part of this special Bible studies effort by praying that God continues to lead and bless this ministry, by becoming a faithful viewer and inviting your friends and family to like and share our programs, by your kind donations and of course your generous financial contributions. Contact us at 416139351 or send us an email at atn@cbm.belizeunion.org. We are located at 10 3/4 miles Philip Golson Highway. Thank you for being a part of the ATN ministry. It is our prayer that you will keep the book of the law always on your lips.
meditate on it day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to that which is written therein. Then thou shalt make thy way prosperous and have good success.
Hurried and worried, angry and upset, busy and broken. These are some of the words that people around the globe are using to describe their lives in today's fast-paced society. If you are feeling the weight of our perishing world, We invite you to tune in on all our streaming platforms from January 11th to the 21st at 7 p.m. for a powerful 10 days of prayer program entitled Back to the Altar. This journey will take you to the very heart of God, the place where burdens are lifted, hearts are healed, and strength is renewed. You will be challenged to build anew your altar of personal worship to the true and living God. For he has promised in Jeremiah chapter 29, "Then you will call upon me and go and pray to me, and I will listen to you." Let's pray together for a revival of our personal and family worship altars, that the Holy Spirit might reform and empower us to proclaim God's final message of hope to the world.
I hope that during that break you put some productivity to work, and you went and like, comment, share, and subscribe for Youth Come Alive. We're talking about productivity and time management, and before the break, Aislinn gave us a very powerful quotation, so I'd like to ask her to repeat that for us again.
It says, productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort.
All right, so immediately what I get from it is a few words: commitment, excellence, meaning you want to see excellence as a result of your productivity. And what's the last line?
Sorry. Focused effort.
Focused effort. So it takes focused effort, commitment to get the reward of excellence. Yeah, that sounds about right for productivity. I feel like that should be the new definition, no? Yeah.
I don't know why, but when you were saying these three things, it brought me back to last season when we were talking about our list, right? If we the one
perfect
list.
Okay.
When we were talking about persons that we would want on our perfect list, why is it that we, like I explained, put so much time and effort into certain things? Because if we can find time to write the perfect list and follow through that list to find that person and check off all those things, like she was saying, much planner she got and she can't check off half an A. Why is it that we could check off for the perfect list but can't check off for the things that where we need to have where we need to put with time and effort for city excellence,
Kayla, I don't like you. Because why you call out people, fam?
I know.
Shucks. What if a part of my life productivity and if I find the spicy love interest for chapter 2023?
Yeah, but that could be in your planner on a Wednesday at 9:30. So then you just give an hour 9:30 to 10:30 and at 10:30 you got something else.
But why Wednesday 9:30? Right.
I don't know. I guess, like Leashawn said, we are built to see the results now and the gratification of having it now. So the other things where, like your long-term goals or things where you think like happening in the future, you don't need to really push the pedal on that right now. You could, put that on the back burner, like a simmer, leave it, and make the things boil right now on the front. And I feel like that helps us fall into our comfort zone. And then we are working on the things that we could achieve now, and then totally oblivious to the things where you need to get on top of for when the time comes.
Okay, so another question. So seeing that how we are just starting the new year and you're talking about your goal now and then you have your future goals, do you see you guys see that you're already, I know it's only been 2-3 weeks since the year has begun.
The third month of January.
Do you see like yourself being more productive with your time and your focus compared to how you were last year?
No.
Although it's only been 3 weeks?
No. I still have Christmas vacation. My Christmas tree just gone down, guys. I didn't lie to you. No.
I feel like I am being very productive, and I'm proud of myself for once. But as the 7th of January, every Christmas decoration that was up came down, and now because I put up more than I had previous time, so I took down everything, and with my work, I make sure that because everything that I do, every client that I see, I have to do a report on it, and I make sure that I don't get backed up, because you know what, to be backed up with 15 clients to write a report for, that is chaos, that is chaotic, and I am not, that's not going to be me. I'm not going to
procrastination.
I am not going to get caught slipping in these streets.
Yeah, that is procrastination, which is the counter P to productivity.
But I think I'm doing a pretty decent job with my time well. Except when it comes to this. Anyways, we're not going there.
Yeah, let's not.
We're not going there.
Let's not do that.
So, okay, I could shoot the question to our guest. Do you think since the year has begun, you are managing your time more than last year, or still the same?
It definitely has been. It has been a change over the past years. I'm honestly, I can say, even though it's still early in January, I feel so proud of myself for all the things that I've accomplished, because 2022, me and the years prior to this, I have woke up stressed, you know, so much things backed up, so much things that I'd be like, man, if I only never do this yesterday, and like, if I only put in the time, I could have like accomplished something else. So I'm saying that I have really seen a difference with it. Mainly, you know, school is my focus. With that, just like using every opportunity that I have to be productive. Me and the library weren't that good of a friend last semester. Yeah, but now we make time for each other, you know.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, so as my classes ended, like, you know what? Let's not head straight home, because head straight home might just be head right into bed, you know. So let's crack open the books, you know. I know what I'm supposed to do, so I can say that I've been really focused so far, and yeah, I can say I'm being productive.
So how do you think we could help our youths?
Honestly, it's not, to me, it's not about wanting to help, because I have had people wanting to help me, like my mom, she's a real like help. But it has to be something that you want to do. Yeah. Something that you find is important. You find that your time is important, and you will go there and you will look at all the opportunities that you have to be productive, because just as young people, I am saying is we have time. We do have time.
Oh, no, have it for
we do, and it's up to us to really use it. Being like having a spiritual walk really like gives you that push and know that, you know, already like I'm not interested in the things outside in the world that much, you know, even though the temptations are there, even though you see like others having fun and so forth, it really gives you this like your foot on a solid ground. Yes, you already have that balance to know, okay, maybe those really aren't beneficial to me. They're not really that important. I don't have to waste my time on it, because it's that we're just wasting our time on stuff, right? And so it's just looking at what will give you the best outcome later on. Maybe it's short term, maybe it's long term. It's just looking at all the different things that you're doing and saying, okay, maybe I need to take out some of these things out of my life and like put in something else.
Decluttering.
Yeah, decluttering, right?
Just talked about it last week.
Right, so like I'd used to spend the mornings, you just get up and, you know, you say a quick prayer, and I tried to study for the quiz that I knew I could have studied for last night, but the show probably was like, it was so interesting. I watched that instead. I opened the books, and so I'm now up at 5 o'clock, trying to study. But now I see myself, you know, I get up, I can pray, you know, I like fix the bed a bit, and then I just grab the devotion book and be like, no, I have time to do this. I have time. I get up early. Why was I wasting time doing certain things, right? Why? Because it wasn't always like studying for a quiz. Sometimes I see myself, you're scrolling on your phone, right? There are things that, you know, where we really have to like take out of our life and just evaluate what we're doing, you know, and just looking at what's beneficial and what's not.
Right. When you said just now getting up and rushing to study something, I remember the little, I think it's a TikTok with the little boy taking the thing and put it in his head. The thing from out the book, like open the book and go like this, scoop it up and like as if though everything is going to work out for them. And then you said something earlier on that you said you have to first admit that you need the help.
Yes.
That's the first step in when you're going for counseling. First, you need to accept that, okay, I need this help in order for me to progress.
Yeah.
So,
and also with after you realize that you need the help, another word that came from the same quote that you quoted was commitment. That's like a major factor in time productivity and time management, and you know all these things. We can say we want to do it because like everybody know when the new year come, it's I want to do this for the new year. I want to do this. I want the New Year's resolutions. But by the time you reach halfway in the third week of January, it's gone through the door, through the window. And I think commitment is a really, really big part of it, because we cannot want to do something and not be committed to it, and not say like, well, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to do, so I'm going to push forward with it. Once we have commitment, we can know that we can reach very, very far with a lot of things.
I think another thing too is responsibility, because to us iPhone users, we won't talk about the Androids. It's elite, you know. We're not up for discussing that right now. The production room is damn crass, But every week, especially on Sunday, I get a week review of the time I spent on my phone. So if you really want, you can be responsible and set time limits for these devices. So we can
never because that cut off your aim, that cut off the thing.
If that's what it takes to get you to be productive, that's what you have to do. At any cost. At any cost.
Another thing about any cost as well, it's about the people that we're around to, you know.
Yes.
Because
shots fired.
Because I've seen them like, okay, maybe they're taking up time that I don't really, you know, I could have been using for something else. And so we have to, as young people, you know, maybe they're your friends from so long ago, but maybe it's time to, you know, grow and take a step back. And not saying like you just throw them away, but realizing, is my time with you spent well? Are we accomplishing anything with that?
Maybe what you need to do with those friends is what Jalen mentioned just now about the phone. The same way you clock them off here, you'll be like, okay, I think this hour has been whatever. It's time for me to move on.
It's funny because I don't know if you want to see the memes. Once you become an adult, you know, just hang out with your friends. You have to schedule like, okay, come and upload the calendar. You free the second week of February, like Tuesday afternoon around 1 o'clock.
I had to tag one of my friends in that because she literally called me one moment and said, Ace, she texted me and said, Ace, I haven't had a conversation with you in a long time. Are you free this day? How about this one? I'm like, chick, this is doing the most now.
It's her method of time management, because I'm pretty sure she has a packed schedule.
It was annoying.
Maybe she be trying to look too important. I don't know, no offense to the friend, but maybe that's a part of her being, okay, if I cut out this specific time, I cherish the friendship, but I still make sure that I have other
time
things
to talk.
She's really busy because she's been a first-time principal and she's doing her PhD and going to the gym, being a new relationship. All of it is new. So I allowed her to make those schedules because, man, that's ridiculous. can I schedule an appointment with you to talk to my friends?
I think the friends or the family is a major part of your time management and commitment and responsibilities, because I mean, if your friends want to see the better for you, if your friends understand that you are busy, you have responsibilities, you have things to do, they won't be like, well, you not talk to me long time, so I guess we not no friends no more. Message and call you stranger. What happened? The black people know. You understand? I think when they like show our time. I think friends, even family, would understand that you're trying to grow and you're trying to manage your time better, so they will have understanding that this is what you're trying to go to. And I think another word that we need to look at is focus. You have the commitment, the responsibilities, all of these other things. Focus, it's like that tunnel vision. You need to see it and go for it. I think at the end of the day, the friends or the people that you hang around, they need to somewhat have those same type of responsibilities, focus, and commitment, because we can't do it on our own. With God help, yes, but also we need friends on this earth as well. I am having a hard time trying to get up in the morning early sometimes to do my devotion or stuff like that. So I remember at the beginning of the year, I had one of my friends came to me and she said, let's start something where I understand we're both struggling, because we talk about these things. We both struggle with doing our devotions, or, trying to pray when you probably don't have the time, or just do a little small thing. And so from January, we do Tuesdays and Fridays in the morning at 6, and then Monday to Friday, we do it at 7 o'clock in the evening. And I find myself committing to that. And it's very easy. It's a flow because you're there with friends and people you know. So I think you need to just be surrounded by people that are with that same focus and commitment, just like you, and it will be an easy way through.
Those are healthy commitments, and I like it. And this is why you have friends that that grows with you, because when your friend grows with you, then you can be able to pull those kind of little, stunt out. Just a little reminder that we're coming to the close and we have about 5 more minutes. Never mean to be the bearer of bad news, but when the conversation gets it's flowing like that.
Yeah, then time.
You see what I talked about as we start talking about time and whatever, because we were managing our time properly, and look how it just now just like that. But for our viewers, how do you manage your time? How are you being productive this year? Have you looked at your last year schedule and looked at this year's schedule, and have you weighed them to see if you're more productive or if you're less productive? If you're less productive than last year, then you have to quickly reevaluate yourself, reevaluate that schedule, and make sure you get back on track. Because we have to finish 2023 strong. I stopped making New Year's resolution right away. I start to make things that I started to write things down that I will accomplish. I will do this in 2023. I stopped making New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution is to go to the gym, to get fit, to this and that. That gone down the drain 10 years ago.
Oh, not you spilling what idea your age.
If I'm in the close, I'm going to be careful that chair.
I want to give you some useful tips. We want to, encourage you. We don't just want to get a conversation and be like, you never did career class. Yeah. So there's 3 S's here that my elder shared with me for ministry, but I want to use it for productivity. If you want to be productive, listen up. 3 S's. 1, start soon. No put it off, next day, next week. Start soon. Start small. You don't need to achieve the world overnight. And the last one is keep it simple. You don't need what over highfalutin schedule for keep track. You just need proper time management. It could just be a simple jot down each hour of the day what you plan to accomplish, and I feel like that's going to help you a lot.
Right, I agree with that. And that was my aim and pledge for this year. I know to set no unrealistic goals for myself, because when I do that, I fail and I feel unaccomplished, and I hate feel unaccomplished. And so I start setting small little things, and those small little victories have me smiling today because I am doing just what I have set out to do.
With everything, I just think there are so many words that was thrown around today. I think we just need to focus on it all and just be committed and responsible to doing what we need to do if we want to see the end results. And like Aislinn said, you just keep it small, and the Lord will walk through with you through it if you feel like you can't do it on your own, and you have friends that can help you as well.
Yeah. You know, what I remember this thing that when I was at school, I remember this motivational talk that I used to listen to. The man said, you want to feel like you've done something, as you get up in the morning, the first thing you do is spread your bed. It's because when you go out there and you come back and your day was not like you expect it to be, when you walk in your room, the first thing you will see that what?
Your bed spread.
The bed was spread. And then what happened? All the happy hormones that you get when you get a reward for seeing something that you have actually done will start showing itself out. So you will still have a smile on your face. Your out there was chaos, but the fact that you spread that bed, you had a reward. You reward yourself with a nice spread bed. And from that day on, when you walk in my room, if you ever walk in my room, one thing about the chaos could be around, but that bed will be spread, and I guarantee you of that. So we are down to our last. We have 30 seconds to say our final word. Let's go with our guests.
Well, I could say just keep it simple, and God will work it out for you. If you want it, you're gonna get it. So it's all about you to manage your time and to basically just know what's important.
Yeah. Perfect. And I got nothing
else to say. I would just remind you again the 3 S's. Start soon, keep it simple, and smile.
Stay small.
And it will help you achieve things in your spiritual life, in your academic life, in your interpersonal life. Keep those 3 S's.
My final words would just be all what everybody said, and stay focused. I think that's the word, stay focused.
Okay, so we can make it 4S, stay focused.
Okay, one last S, stay focused.
Yeah.
Stay focused, and you will accomplish every single thing that you had set out to do. Maybe not everything, but most things that you have written down, you will be able to accomplish because you stayed focused. And consistency is also one of the key words in doing all that. Still a struggle with the word consistency, but we will get it because we try, right? We try small. Small efforts, we get to that, the big one. I will stay at the small one first. But for that, thank you guys for joining us. Not me forgetting your name. Leashawn, thank you so much for being with us in our magic chair. And we hope to see you back one of these days. Back when we have another, we always have fun episodes. So one of our excited episodes. So with that, we like to say good night. And thank you guys for being here with us and for sticking it out. See you guys next week at 6.
As a non-profit organization, The Adventist Television Network solely relies on your financial support. By partnering with us through a monthly donation, you will help us to continue to fulfill the mission in taking the gospel into all the world. For more information, please call 613-9351 or email us at atnfin@cbm.belizeunion.org. Thank you for your prayers and support of the ATN ministry, and together we may hasten the soon coming of our Lord Jesus Christ.